So 50 will say, a warning, I'm 90s grimy. You don't warn me, LOL. Sent the warning shot to 50 Cent, but this should be a warning shot to everybody who participated, to all the media figures who's been speaking about Diddy in a negative light.
That's a good point, bro, because a lot of them in that doc, they look like they didn't really have the best of situations. You don't know their financial situation, but from some of their stories, they look like they were genuinely fucked over. Even that guy that co-founded Bad Boy, his 25% stake in the company, he got finessed out that shit. Like, that shit was cold as fuck, too. In today's video, we got Diddy sends 50 Cent a scary threat last night. Video by Poetic Flacco. I finished episode 3. I'm like halfway through episode 4. This documentary is crazy, but let's get into this shit with Diddy, man. Sending 50 Cent a scary threat.
Diddy ain't learned a goddamn thing in jail. 50 Cent just exposed that Diddy is trying to get it back in blood with him. He's plotting revenge on 50 Cent for exposing him in his docuseries on Netflix. Ever since this docuseries was released, Diddy has been doing everything in his power to try to get it taken down. He sent a cease and desist to Netflix. That didn't work. Netflix don't seem too worried, to be honest, about this Diddy cease and desist, nor threats of Diddy suing them. Netflix refused through a rep to address any individual claims made against Diddy or to verify the veracity of those claims against Diddy, but they did say that this narrative that Netflix hired...
Okay, this project has no ties to any past conversations between Sean Combs and Netflix. Footage of Combs leading up to his indictment and arrest were legally obtained. Gotcha. This is not a hit piece or an act of retribution. My girl was showing me people on TikTok reacting to this whole thing, right? The documentary and shit like that. And so far, I'm almost done with the doc. I didn't really take it so much that it was a hit piece. A lot of people are finally speaking up that were scared to speak up before. That's what I'm taking it as. And if you know about the history of or the reputation that was going around about Bad Boy, bruh, it's not going to be a lot of people that back up Diddy, and want to speak on him in a positive light. You feel what I'm saying? Because he wronged a lot of people. So I didn't really look at it as a hit piece per se. Now, did it seem heavily shifted to, people that have more negative things to say about him? Yeah. I mean, certain people tried to say things positive about him, like the lady from Dirty Money, not Dawn, that's suing him, forget her name. She tried to, say positive things about Puff, but, he wronged a lot of people. You feel me?
To do a hit piece on Diddy is false. So they will respond back. The claims being made about Sean Combs, The Reckoning, are false. A Netflix spokesperson told Complex on Wednesday. The project has no ties to any past conversations between Diddy and Netflix because Diddy claims that Netflix stole his footage to make this particular docuseries, right? Because they were already in talks to do their own series with Diddy, but that broke down. Diddy will also allege the footage of him that were filmed prior to him being arrested by a third-party photographer or videographer. Diddy will claim that Netflix obtained that illegally. Netflix will say, hold on, the footage of Diddy leading up to his indictment and arrest were legally obtained. This is not a hit piece or an act of retribution. 50 Cent is an executive producer, but does not have creative control. No one was paid to participate. Any hopes of getting Netflix to take this down is out the window. So now Diddy has transitioned his efforts to trying to scare 50 Cent into taking it down. The fact that Diddy went through all of this and still ain't learned a goddamn thing is crazy. So Diddy is up to his old tricks. Right? So apparently 50 Cent is claiming while he was at the club last night, he was saying, what kind of LGBTQ-ish is this? Diddy sent me flowers at Club 11.
Wow, you can't say that on the internet? Didn't know that.
LOL. Now, 50 Cent didn't see this as harmless. He didn't see this as a joke. 50 Cent actually see this as a warning shot.
Right.
And he would respond back by saying,
yeah, that's crazy. What is this address right here? 50 Cent. That's not where 50 place that 50 Cent frequents or he stays at, right? Because why would he post the address online? And yeah, I did see people saying that they were like funeral. These are very resemblant of funeral flowers for sure.
All the foreplay, get busy, gangster.
No, look,
You know I'm stupid. Right? Yo, 50, man, fam, like, yo, like I ain't Kid Cudi, man. I'm not Kid Cudi. Yo, Kid Cudi folded like a mug, man. I ain't Kid Cudi, bro. Kid Cudi car got blew up, man, and he left Cassie alone, man. More on that a little later. So 50 will say, a warning, I'm 90s grimy. You don't warn me, LOL. Sent the warning shot to 50 Cent, but this should be a warning shot to everybody who participated in that criminal court case against Diddy, to all the media figures who's been speaking about Diddy in a negative light.
That's a good point, bro, because a lot of them in that doc, they look like they didn't really have the best of situations, probably the means to hire legal, protection, you know what I'm saying, security and shit like that. You don't know their financial situation, but from some of their stories, they look like they were genuinely fucked over. Even that guy that co-founded Bad Boy, his 25% stake in the company, he got finessed out that shit. Like, that shit was cold as fuck too. He ain't look like he's in the best situation, but you don't know.
This should be a warning shot to the entire industry, bro. Because this shows Diddy ain't learned a goddamn thing. He's not coming home humble. Diddy is coming home on some mafia boss, mafioso activities, bro.
Yeah, probably.
Up to his old tricks. Up to his old tricks. Everybody who came to court and testified against Diddy spoke on this. Spoke on how he got people to do his dirty work. He's in jail right now, and he's still able to kind of reach 50, right? He's still able to tap 50 on his shoulders.
Yeah.
Imagine when he's free, bro.
Yeah.
Now 50 Cent got 100 million, he good. But imagine you, nah, bro. That white girl Aubrey O'Day warned us. Remember when Aubrey O'Day did that interview and she says, if Diddy gets released, I'm leaving the United States. I'm going overseas.
Damn.
That man coming home with a vengeance like no other. He's getting his revenge. He's getting his get back. She's 100% right.
Yeah, and that's what people were fucking afraid of to come out all the years prior to this. It was a retaliation, and it was a retaliation of what he could possibly do. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what it was.
Come home. It's over. Like, it's over for every one of us who has ever spoke up against Diddy, man. It's over with. Now, what I would say is there's nothing more.
Thank God I just started doing content, nigga. My video is gonna fly right under the radar. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Diddy ain't even gonna see my shit. You know what I mean? Fuck it. Fuck Diddy, nigga. All jokes aside, though, to see all those stories come out about Diddy, bro, it really does put him in a crazy light, though. Like, it just didn't seem like he was a good person. It didn't seem like he was good, looking out for his artists. Didn't seem like he was looking out for his peers, his business partners that were black, or just that were on his level. Like, this nigga was plotting and snaking out his homies to bag their girls or to try to fuck their girls and shit like that. Snaking people out of business deals, use Biggie's funeral. Essentially, it seemed like he was portraying that he was the face of, all right, we're going to make sure that Biggie he goes out with a bang. He has the biggest funeral New York has ever seen, but then somehow he charged Biggie's estate for the funeral, and he never said that publicly. It seemed like it was actual shit that happened.
Sociopath with $1 billion. Diddy is a sociopath with $1 billion.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because even this move with 50 Cent, this wasn't smart. This wasn't strategic. This was done strictly in, hey, bro, I'm seeing red right now. I'm going to get you. And it don't matter how I get you. It don't matter how it gets exposed. It don't matter how it makes me look. I'm going to get you. Because this is not strategic at all. Diddy doing this was an impulse thing.
Right.
Because, what are you hoping to accomplish? Well, okay, you sent 50 Cent flowers. Now what? He's supposed to say, oh.
And that shit's confirmed that was him that actually did that? That is psychopathic. That is psychopathic, bro. That's crazy.
I'm not gonna. Oh no, Netflix, take this down, please. No, you must have known 50 Cent would have leaked this. 50 Cent would have done something with this. Like 50 Cent would have exposed you.
Yeah.
So the fact that he still did it regardless shows me Diddy right now is seeing red. And it makes me think, what happened to the Diddy that wrote the letter to the judge? Y'all remember that letter to the judge when Diddy was telling the judge that he has done a complete 180? He's a changed man.
Yeah.
He want to come home to his family and do what's right with his family. He was so humble and convincing in his letter. I actually thought Diddy was a changed man, man. The letter says, "Dear Judge Submarinian, I hope this letter finds you well and in good health and spirits. Thank you for the opportunity to..."
Yo, Flacco trolling, bro. You know damn well Diddy ain't changed nothing, man. Like, this a nigga that was running around saying that his new name was Brother Love for years, knowing damn well all the shit he was still doing. And that goddamn video came out with Cassie, where he was fucking throwing her around the damn hallway, dragging her like a rag doll. Like, that's the same Diddy, bro. Like, Flacco got to be trolling, thinking that nigga was gonna change overnight. Nah, that nigga, he ain't want to go to jail for fucking whatever that was, 30, 50 years, whatever that was.
That's my thoughts to you. First and foremost, I want to apologize and say how sincerely sorry I am for all the hurt and pain that I have caused others by my conduct. Are you really sorry, though?
Hell no.
You ain't changed not a goddamn, bro. You still on that. I don't think Diddy would be content or satisfied until he's doing life in prison, man. This man says, "This has been the hardest 2 years of my life, and I have no one to blame for my current reality and situation but myself. In my life, I have made many mistakes, but I am no longer running from them. I am so sorry for the hurt that I caused, but I understand that the mere words, 'I'm sorry,' would never be good enough, as these words alone cannot erase the pain from the past. Over the past 13 months, I had to look in a mirror like never before. My pain became my teacher. My sadness was my motivator."
That's not funny, but yeah, you do have to look in the mirror, nigga. That's the only thing you pretty much got in your cell is that mirror. Holy. Yep.
"I have to admit my downfall was rooted in my selfishness. The scene and images of me assaulting Cassie play over and over in my head daily. I literally lost my mind. I was dead wrong for putting my hands on that woman that I love. I'm sorry for that and always will be. My domestic violence will always be a heavy burden that I will have to carry. The remorse, the sorrow, the regret, the disappointment, the shame. I honestly feel sorry for something that I couldn't forgive someone else for. If they put their hands on one of my daughters, this is why it's so hard for me to forgive myself." Man, it looks like you forgiving yourself pretty easily, man. All right? Because with Netflix, and that's why that's bullshit too. Because Diddy is saying, I did these wrongs. I did these bad things. I feel bad for doing this. I can't even forgive myself for what I did. But when Netflix wants to portray and plaster and tell them stories on the big screen, you now is doing everything in your power to deter it. If that man was truly sorry for his actions, bruh, if Diddy was truly sorry for his actions, Diddy will live with the consequences. Diddy...
Honestly, bro, I get that. I do get that. But I think the whole thing is that, bro, this has brought such a big and new audience to, like, stories that a lot of us that are fans of hip hop over the years that have been kind of borderline obsessed about, the Biggie Tupac shit. Like, why they haven't solved a lot of this shit, why the cases haven't been like closed. It's a good amount of stuff in that doc that I didn't even know, bro. So it's like, for one, there's the people that are kind of familiar with everything, the dynamics, East Coast, West Coast, the shit that's been going on for years, been talked about. There's the movies, the Biggie movie that went crazy, the Tupac movie, which I wasn't so good, but whatever. And then you bring all of this new traffic and these new eyes and the younger generation that are seeing like, holy shit, like, damn, this nigga was moving like a piece of shit, man. Honestly, I don't even be on TikTok like that. I got my girl who is showing me this shit. Like, she don't even, nigga, I don't think she followed hip hop channels like that. It's just like mad people reacting to this shit. Like mad people reacting to this shit. Like clips are going viral on TikTok. Shit's #1 in shows on Netflix. I think that right there is the shit that's burning his soul. He can't live with this shit, bro. You know what I mean? And I didn't think he was like truly apologetic anyway, because it was continued behavior for decades. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what it really is. It's just all the traction this is getting. 50 Cent he's very, very good at marketing. So he placed it very well on Netflix, and his shit is #1, bro. I feel like that's what Diddy's really fucking heated about, bro.
Yo, Diddy right now has about 2 more years to do, but Diddy is moving right now as if he's already plotting on his return home. I ain't gonna lie, but Diddy is a sociopath, bro. Yo, Diddy even wrote in a letter that he was teaching a class, right, to help the prisoners develop. He will say, I don't just teach about my success, I also teach about my mistakes and failures. It has truly been a blessing to do something positive in a negative situation. It has been beautiful to see the newfound hope in my fellow inmates' eyes. The most shocking thing was to see the unity and the peace this class has produced. As you are probably aware, jails and prisons are segregated places. However, in our class, we have Black, Spanish, white, Asian, all together in one room, learning and working together. Man, Diddy deserve a Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah, look at this.
We even have an interpreter for the Spanish-speaking inmates. The biggest miracle, all right, the biggest miracle that I've seen with this class is all the gangs, such as Bloods, Crip, MS-13, Trinitario, and 18th Streets, in one room working together. And now Diddy got them working together trying to get 50 Cent out the paint, bro. Bro, you was a diabolical human being, man. What happened to Brother Love? This is Brother Love, man.
Right. That's what I said.
What happened to Brother Love? Can we still get some love, Brother Love?
Hell no.
Can we still get some love, Brother Love? Hey, man, shout out to Keefe D, bro. That's the greatest soundbite in interview history, man. Brother Love, can I get some love, Brother Love? So he goes, I ask you for mercy today, not only for my sake, but for the sake of my children. Yo, are you thinking about your children when you're now trying to like threaten 50 Cent's life? Bro, this dude, man, bro, this is a shame.
That's why I think this is diabolical, bro. Straight up. Like, that's why I think this is diabolical. If this is really confirmed that 50 Cent did this, that's crazy.
Because I really thought Diddy was on a different path.
I mean, to confirm that Diddy did it.
God blessed me with 7 beautiful children, 3 sons and 4 daughters. Their names are Quincy, Justin, Christian, Chance, Jesse, Delilah, and the newest addition, a 2-year-old daughter, Love. 4 of my children lost their mother, Kim Porter, as she tragically passed away in 2018. I am their only parent. I have failed my children as a father. My father was murdered when I was 3 years old, so I know firsthand what it is to not have a father. More than anything, I just want the opportunity to return home and be the father that they need and deserve. God have also blessed me with the greatest mother in the world. All right, bro, cut that nonsense out, man. Right when we thought Diddy was a new person, Diddy's showing, man, he's back to his old ways, bro.
Who thought that?
Diddy hasn't learned a goddamn thing. Diddy hasn't changed. Now, what I will say is,
bro, who thought that shit, bro? That's the typical. Y'all know how that go, bro. That's the shit you gotta write. That's the shit you gotta write for the judge, bro. Like, nobody really thought that. Come on.
Or maybe unfortunately, fortunately for 50 Cent, he got the resources to combat Diddy.
Right.
He got the resources in the streets. He got the resources legally,
financially.
So Diddy can't bully 50 Cent. It's not happening. Unfortunately for Diddy, man, he's picking a battle he won't win. Can you think about the last person who won the war against 50 Cent? Who, maybe like Rick Ross? And that's because 50 had to pay his baby mama like $5 million. Diddy is not going to end well for you, man. Give it up, bro. Right? The Netflix documentary ain't going anywhere. Even if you're successful in court, that's going to take about a year or two for this, for this to be decided in court.
Yeah.
Right? And by that time, bro, we done watching this documentary, bro.
That shit
the one thing about Diddy that I don't understand is the fact that he really thinks this documentary.
That shit gonna be watched by the masses by the end of next week, bro. Right.
Is impactful enough to really harm him. Bro, we just sat through a trial. We just sat through women accusing you of rape, people accusing you of blowing their stuff up. Everything in that documentary is what was at trial. And people are still supporting you. So you crashing out or going to this extent to try to get that documentary taken down, it's like, bro, why? Like what? The people who are going to support you, Diddy, don't give a damn about the documentary and they don't give a damn about that trial.
Yeah, that's a fact
The
though, because
people
I did see people. I did see some clips of people actually supporting this nigga though. Still, and that's if you want to do that, that's on you. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, man. And I don't think all of this stuff is fact based. It may be fact based, but I don't think that a lot of it is like hard evidence. It's literally like a lot of hearsay or he said the words of others. He said this or she said this, and came on the documentary and said it. But I ain't gonna lie, that shit was making sense, man. A lot of that shit sound like it made sense. That's the only thing that I feel like that's gonna stick for real.
you are a terrible human being, they already think that. This documentary ain't changing nobody's mind. It's just telling them what they already knew about you.
But you know what's crazy? In response to that, I didn't really like weigh Diddy out, pause, like that, like a terrible human being or a good person. I just thought, he was a nigga in the industry and he was like a savage kind of businessman and he would do whatever to do to get ahead or get above or get what he wanted. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't have no like specific Diddy hate or anything like that. It just kind of, I guess you could say it kind of confirmed. I kind of thought that nigga was like that. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like, I wasn't, like some of this shit is just like, damn. It's like, wow, that's crazy. It's like kind of confirming what we all kind of thought. You know what I mean? But I ain't really look at Diddy in like the best light or the worst light. I was just like, like he's a mogul. Like he did contribute a lot to hip hop, but you don't really know people's lives behind the scenes. But that shit on the documentary was crazy, bro. It was like a lot of that shit seemed like it just made sense. The timelines matched up. I feel like that nigga was a soulless man. Just, a lot of power dynamics, a lot of power trips and that shit. And he did what he had to do to get what he wanted to be the biggest, man. He wanted to be above everybody. But, you guys let me know what y'all think, man. You think that he's innocent of this shit? You think that the Netflix documentary was one-sided? You think it was biased? You think that it did good for exposing this nigga, like the shit he was doing? Or you just feel like it's good entertainment all over? Let me know what you guys think, man. Like, comment, subscribe if you caught a vibe. Till next time, we out of here.